Hello and welcome to Week 5. This week you will be digging deeper into the realm of informatics. You will focus your readings in Chapter 3, Effective Methods to Guard Against Malware, Chapter 11, Using Mobile Computers in Healthcare, Chapter 15, Exploring Organizations Involved in Setting Technology Standards, Chapter 21, Reviewing How Privacy and Confidentiality Are Addressed in Healthcare, Chapter 22, Issues when Implementing Telehealth, and Chapter 25, The Pros and Cons of Using Radio Frequency Identification Chips, or RFID. This sounds like a lot, but some of these chapters you've already read and considered the topics within them. Your discussion this week centers around microchipping in healthcare, and your assignment is to create a blog. Most of us have never created a blog, and that's completely okay. Don't worry. We have given you some great resources to utilize when creating yours. So, let's go ahead and get started into Week 5.
With the development of the Internet, it was necessary to figure out a way to secure healthcare data. As you remember, protocols and standards were established as a means to accomplish this. However, everyone connecting to the Internet needs to be diligent in protecting their information against invaders or viruses, like her. I'm sure you've heard of malware, but like many, you may wonder what it is. Well, computer malware refers to all forms of computer software designed by criminals, with the intent of damaging or disrupting your computer system.
That's where I come in. When you were busy shopping on the internet, and clicking all those unknown links, you opened the door for me to infect your computer with programs like ransomware, botnet, viruses, worms, Trojan horses, adware, and spyware. Sometimes I have to work really hard to get past the protections you've installed, but don't feel bad for me, because I usually profit financially from my time. Even though these programs all work differently, the end result is that I get access to your computer, and can change it in a way that benefits me.
Knowing what type of malware is infecting your computer is not as important as knowing how you can prevent an attack from happening. The first line of protection is to be aware of sites that are unfamiliar or seem unreputable. Be aware of downloading documents from unknown sources. Create strong passwords, and avoid reusing the same passwords over and over. Use antivirus software, and keep it updated. Avoid getting too personal with social networking sites. Do not open emails from strangers, or emails that you were not expecting. And most importantly, avoid believing your computer is not vulnerable to an attack from hackers, like her. Using mobile computers such as smartphones, smartwatches, and tablets has become second-hand to all of us, but how useful can they really be in healthcare? I'm glad you asked, because there are advantages and disadvantages to using them. Advantages include better time management, improved communication and decision-making, and immediate access to resources. Instead of looking up information in several printed textbooks, you can just access your handheld mobile device. Patient safety and error reductions are definite benefits. Finally, remember going to clinicals with a stack of books? Now, nursing students have the ability to access and use mobile devices in clinical. But, as convenient as mobile devices are, there are also disadvantages to them. Some healthcare settings do not support their use. Reliable Wi-Fi must be available. Manufacturer support of the equipment is often difficult to maintain. And don't forget the cost of purchasing and implementing the devices. Unfortunately, there can also be personnel issues when using mobile devices, such as employees misusing them, and breaches of privacy and confidentiality.
Data input into computers is the current and the future. For this data to be useful, it must meet standards. Professional organizations at the national level, such as the Nationwide Health Network, consists of standards, policies, and services to allow for secure HIE at the international level, the International Organization of Standardization, and the International Electrotechnical Commission are both involved in setting standards. As you already know, healthcare is very complex and composed of many different stakeholders and disciplines. The standards that are developed and adopted will determine important information for healthcare, and will have a great effect on nursing and healthcare policy.
As you know, patient privacy and confidentiality are paramount in healthcare. It's equally as important to protect the patient's health information. The Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act, or HIPAA, has affected the entire healthcare system, including HIT. The law addressed several areas pertaining to healthcare information, including simplifying healthcare claims, providing standards for healthcare data transmission, and ensuring the security of healthcare information. Protecting your patient's privacy is an important professional responsibility, and not only involves their medical records, but the care you are providing to them. Confidentiality is a constant balancing act. The more confidential we make a record, the more difficult it becomes to use it. As technology and telehealth continues to improve, the possibilities are endless. But there are still issues that need to be resolved, such as equitable access to care. Telehealth can provide many benefits, such as improved patient care, reduced travel time, increased productivity, access to specialists, and educational opportunities. But there are still many issues surrounding this mode of healthcare delivery. The four main issues relate to reimbursement, medical legal issues, technical issues, and research. Any way we look at it, the use of telehealth is changing the way healthcare is delivered. And because of this, it has the potential to upset the financial base of the present acute care system. The use of radio frequency identification, or RFID, chip technology for humans in healthcare, continues to be controversial. This technology is used with barcode medication administration that you perform every day when caring for your patients. The implantable device was originally marketed for use to display identification information for patients with chronic disease, such as diabetes, or strokes, or those that may have cognitive impairments. Supporters envisioned a chip containing a unique patient identifier that would allow healthcare providers access to the electronic health record. Opponents of the technology voiced concerns about the loss of individual civil liberties, and the possibility of mandatory chipping of humans. They saw chipping as just another way the government is stripping the privacy rights of citizens. Now, it's your turn to read more about this, and then begin to create your blog.